It was going to be a long day. We would be traveling for 24 hours straight to make our way home to Jacksonville by way of London and Chicago. There was a small bright spot. For the first time on our journey, we had actually gained an hour, so waking up at 6 a.m. didn't feel quite as bad as it would have. The ship had arrived in Southampton overnight, and given our flight time, we would be some of the first passengers to disembark, scheduled for 7:30. We made our way to the Horizon Court for breakfast, seeing our first sunrise on this cruise. After breakfast, we picked up our bags, said our goodbyes to our cabin steward, and made our way to Deck 6 where the gangway awaited. Right on time, our code Silver 9 was called. Although we had an excursion ticket for the Heathrow shuttle, no one seemed interested in checking it. We claimed our luggage and made our way with it to the bus. Once we boarded, we were told we had a 90-minute ride ahead of us, traffic permitting. Given that this was Good Friday, we weren't sure how busy the roads and airport would be, and traffic stayed light until we reached the outer edge of the airport, when it slowed to a snail's pace. But we weren't delayed too long. It was going to be another first for us, since there were now some automated scanners that were in use at Heathrow. With only a few do-overs, we made it through and found ourselves in the main terminal with 3 hours to kill. And it would be at least 2 hours before our flight's gate would be assigned. We decided we should get some fish and chips for lunch since we were in England, and then we would make our way to the most likely United departure gates. Although we'd been told our flight was full, it was not nearly so. So the flight attendant had passengers move so that we had the entire center row to ourselves. After some false starts, we got the T-Mobile free Wi-Fi to work, and we were back in communication. Dave could check in on his mom, and we could accept an Easter invitation. All was going well for this 8-hour flight. We watched some movies, ate a couple of meals, had some drinks and snacks. But there was that brief comment from the pilot as we were leaving Heathrow, some thunderstorms likely around Chicago. And as we crossed over Lake Michigan on our final approach, we saw what he meant. The plane shook and dropped, sending people and stuff flying into the aisle. In Chicago, our 2-hour layover was worrisome since we had to get through customs and immigration, claim our luggage, recheck it, and then relocate from Terminal 5 to Terminal 1. We were grateful that all went pretty smoothly. Despite all of our concerns about this transition, we made it to our gate an hour before it would start to board. But we were now on our 18th hour since we got up this morning, and we still had another flight to catch. Luckily, our flight to Jacksonville left on time and managed to avoid the next band of thunderstorms passing through the Midwest. But as for this second flight, we can't tell you much about it. We were both asleep not long after takeoff. All of a sudden, we were landing. One more time, we claimed our luggage, called for a ride, and were ever so thankful to have our RV clean and welcoming as we got home. We unpacked enough to get ready for bed and then crashed, exactly 24 hours from when we awoke on the Regal Princess in Southampton.